Today's explainer is all about taking Lilia Nor's incredibly detailed August astrological forecast and treating it like what it really is, a pure strategic data set. We aren't just here to gaze into a crystal ball and vaguely predict the future. No, we are looking at exactly how the zodiac signs can achieve success this August. This is a highly focused, tangible blueprint. So let's dive in. To make sure you walk away with your exact playbook, we've organized all 12 signs into 4 elemental chapters. We'll start by looking at the overarching energy of success this month. Then we'll break it down by fire, earth, air, and water, before wrapping up with your specific path forward. Okay, part 1. The energy of success. The source data shows that August brings some absolutely massive dynamic shifts and unexpected fortune. But here's the catch. Capturing that success, it requires highly calibrated, very specific action. And that's exactly why we've mapped out the signs by their core elements. Whether you're navigating August with fire, grounding yourself in earth, moving through air, or flowing with water, we have extracted the precise data for your success. Figure out where you sit on this matrix, and let's get into your specific strategy.
Let's kick things off with our first element, fire. That's Leo, Sagittarius, and Aries. The data paints a really interesting picture here, showing a sharp contrast between early financial wins and some tricky mid-month emotional hurdles.
Timing is literally everything for you fire signs right now. Your momentum is totally dictated by the calendar. Aries, you absolutely must maximize your efforts right at the start of the month to catch some unexpected income. Now, Leos, you're going to face a bit of a creative slump mid-month before things level out. And Sagittarius, don't rush it. You'll really only find your rhythm and a sense of calm contemplation toward the very end of August.
Now for Leos specifically, the data highlights a major roadblock that you need to be aware of: returning karmic connections. What does that actually mean? Basically, past relationships or old situations are going to resurface, and they're going to test you. Your success this month absolutely hinges on finding inner unity and flat out refusing to take the bait when you get provoked.
So, drawing directly from the oracle cards, here is the strategic playbook to keep fire signs on track. Aries, you need to combat apathy by actually letting yourself indulge in a little luxury and enjoying the small things. Leo, the universe is going to reward you this month when you lean heavily into esoteric or creative magic. And Sagittarius, your job is to dig through the initial chaos to find the truth.
All right, moving on to our earth signs, Virgo, Capricorn, and Taurus. For you, the whole game this month is about balance. You've got to balance massive confidence with cold, highly calculated action.
Tracking the trajectory for Earth, it's a pretty strong start. Capricorns are looking at solid achievements right out of the gate in early August. Then, by mid-month, Taurus might confidently pull the trigger on major purchases, or maybe even relocate. And Virgos, your peak hits in late August, which is when you'll fully immerse yourself in creativity and new esoteric beginnings.
But remember, success isn't just about what you do, it's just as much about what you completely avoid doing. Virgos, you have to set firm boundaries. Do not let anyone push guilt onto you, period. Taurus, definitely ask the universe for help, but strictly avoid any spontaneous rash decisions. And Capricorns, resolve sharp situations by talking them out, but absolutely do not play games with fortune.
Let's shift gears to the air element, Libra, Aquarius, and Gemini. This forecast is definitely defined by nervous system stress, high spending, and a serious need for intense caution.
The pacing here reveals a genuinely tricky month for air signs. Libras, you'll handle tasks pretty easily early on. And Geminis, your admin work smooths out nicely mid-month. But Aquarians, you need to be highly cautious. Listen, August is simply not your month to rush into new beginnings. You've got to wait for your fortune to turn slightly in late August.
There's a really specific note here for Libra. The pressure is building up, but once you finally release that pent-up inner beast and let the aggression out in a constructive way, you are going to experience a massive uplift. The cards literally advise you to sing the song of your life, which is a fantastic metaphor for absolute total liberation.
So your actionable playbook is all about containment and pacing. Libra, you honestly must take a vacation mid-month. You're going to need it. Aquarius, you have to apply extreme cunning and tactical thinking to every single decision you make. And Gemini, keep a very tight grip on your wallet, manage that desire to spend, and avoid an emotional overload at all costs.
Finally, let's dive into the water element, Scorpio, Pisces, and Cancer.
The data here is fascinating because it shows massive disparities in exactly how success is achieved for each of you.
In fact, out of all 12 signs analyzed in this source material, one stands totally alone. Cancer is the single sign predicted to have an absolutely flawless, victorious month, just overflowing with a full cup of inspiration. It's a real game changer.
But look at the contrast in how the month's energy is distributed. While Scorpios and Cancers are hitting these massive spiritual and esoteric breakthroughs mid to late month, Pisces will be grinding early on. You'll need to spend your energy managing paperwork, bureaucratic hassles, and inner imbalances right at the start.
Now, for Scorpios, your data points to a rigorous, intense transformation process. The cards literally advise you to burn bridges. And yeah, this spiritual reboot might temporarily beat you up a bit, but it is the mandatory prerequisite. You have to gather that bravery and clean house completely before you can claim major successes and unexpected finances later.
Here are the specific takeaways derived directly from the oracle readings for our water signs. Pisces, expect a payback for past deeds. Could be good, could be bad, and strictly ignore any temptations to go astray. Scorpio, as we said, burn those bridges to clear your path. And Cancer, just unleash your inner potential and get ready for some very pleasant messages.
Which brings us to our final takeaway, your path forward. The crucial point across all 4 of these elemental playbooks is that August demands real emotional regulation, rock-solid firm boundaries, and an absolute rejection of reckless spontaneity.